Hello students, I am Professor Rutuja Kadam from Symbiosis Institute of Technology. Today I will be teaching you one of the important topic in operating systems, that is Banker's algorithm. So let's get started with it. Good afternoon students. This is a video regarding Banker's algorithm, which is a very important topic again, and it is into the chapter 3. This comes under deadlock avoidance algorithm. Now why it is called as deadlock avoidance algorithm? Because the operating system beforehand itself knows how many processes it is going to execute and how many resources it is going to require for the completion of the execution of the process. Now here, so this is why it is deadlock avoidance. Then if you see a problem statement over here, which says consider that the system consists of 5 processes. Here now if you see this table, we have 5 processes from P0 to P4 and 3 resources, that is A, B and C. Now these 3 resources could be, let's say AB CPU, B is the printer, and let's say CB memory. Now here the total instances of A are 10, B are 5 and C are 7. Check whether system is in safe state or not. Now what do you mean by the system is in safe state? Now if a system is said to be in safe state if it can allocate all the resources requested by all the processes without entering into a deadlock state. So here we will find a sequence of the processes wherein the system will not enter into the deadlock state. Now here a table is given wherein process, allocation, max, available, need. All these 4 are the data structures required to solve the Banker's algorithm. Now allocation is the allocation means the number of instances of resources allocated to each of the process. Maximum means the maximum number of instances required by each process to complete the execution. Available is already given or it can be calculated. It can be calculated on the basis of the total instances. Now here how it can be calculated? Let's say here the total of these resources are allocated resources are for all of the processes 3, 2 plus 2 is how much? 7. So 7. So 10 minus 7 becomes 3. Similarly for B it is 1 and 1. So 2. So 5 minus 2 is 3. For 7 it is how we calculate 2 plus 2 4 plus 1 5. So 7 minus 5 becomes 2. So this is the way we can calculate available. In the similar manner, there is a need data structure which we need to calculate. It can be calculated based on the formula maximum minus allocation. Now here, what is the maximum for P0? It is 753. Now 753 minus 010 becomes 743. For P1 it is 322 minus 200. For P2 it is 902 minus 302 which becomes 600. For P3 it is 222 minus 211 which becomes 011. For P4 it is 433 minus 002 which becomes 4431. Now this is how we calculated the need table. Now let us go to the Banker's algorithm. Here it says that the need for each of the process must be less than or equal to the work. And if it is less than, if the need is less than equal to the work, then the new work will be calculated as work is equal to work plus allocation. Now let us start with the process P0. Now for P0, what is the need? It is 743. So 743, whether it is less than equal to work. What is the work? The work is 332. So write 3, 3, 2. Check the condition. 743 is less than equal to 332. Is the condition satisfying? No. So we will not consider P0 into the safe sequence. Let us move to the next process, that is P1. For P1, what is the need? So need is 1, 2, 2. So now write 1, 2, 2. Now check the condition with work. What is the work? 3, 3, 2. Is it satisfying? Yes, it is satisfying. If it is satisfying, what is the formula? Work is equal to work plus allocation. Now what is the work? Work is equal to work plus allocation. What is the work? It is 3, 3, 2. What is the allocation of P1? Allocation of P1 is 2, 0, 0. So we will add 2, 0, 0, which becomes what? Which becomes 5, 3, 2. So now in the safe sequence, P1 can be written because it can complete its execution easily. Now let us go to the next statement, that is P2. For P2, what is the need now? For P2, the need is 6, 0, 0. Now write here 6, 0, 0. What is the work now? The new work is 5, 3, 2. So here let us write 5, 3, 2. Whether it satisfies the condition? No. So we will not write this into the safe sequence. We will move to the next process, that is P3. For P3, what is the need? For P3, the need is 0, 1, 1. So for P3 it is 0, 1, 1. Now 0, 1, 1 is less than equal to the need. Is less than equal to the work, that is 5, 3, 2. Yes, it is less than, so this can be satisfied. Now write the formula. Work is equal to work plus allocation. So what is the work here? Here work is 5, 3, 2. What is the allocation? Allocation of P3. Allocation of P3 is 2, 1, 1. So here we will add 2, 1, 1. That is equal to 7, 4, 3. Now, can you tell me why are we adding this allocation into the work? Why we are adding this allocation into work? Now let's say if we have completed P3, okay, and P3, once we complete P3, no need of keeping this allocated resources with itself. Once it is used, it needs to be released. So that is why we are releasing it and adding it into work. So now the next process in the safe sequence is P3. Now let us start with, let us continue. For P4 process, what is the need? It is 431. And what is the current work of the earlier P3 state was 743, which is 7431 is less than 743. Condition satisfies. So here the formula that we will use is work is equal to work plus allocation. So what is the work? Earlier 743, and what is the allocation of P4? Allocation of P4 is 002. So which becomes 745. So the current, so the new work is 745. So this P4 will be added to the safe sequence. After that, now in this table we have completed with P1, P3 and then P4. But P0 and P2 are yet to be completed. So let us move to the P0. Here P0 the need of P0 is what? 743. So let us write here 743, and what is the current work, that is 745. 743 is less than 745. Condition satisfied. So here we need to add allocation of P0 to the work. So allocation of P0 is what? 010. That will be added here and it becomes 755. So the new work here is 755. So this P0 gets added to the safe sequence. After that, the last process to be completed is P2. What is the need of P2? Need of P2 is 600. This 600 will be compared with the current work, which is 755. Which now here 600 is less than 755. Condition satisfied. Work is equal to work plus allocation. So 755 plus allocation of P2 is 302, which will be added and it becomes 1057. So P2 gets added into the safe sequence. In this way, the system will remain in safe state and the deadlock will be avoided. So here this we can cross check. How we can cross check? See, in the earlier table, if you see, the instances of A are 10. So here it is 10. The instances of B are 5. So we ultimately got 5. And the instances of C are 7. Ultimately we got 7. So this is the way we can cross check, and this is the deadlock avoidance algorithm.